Well, good evening, basketball fans, and welcome here to the Ibaraki Prefecture for tonight's game between our hosts, the Ibaraki Robots, and the visitors, the OSAKA EVESSA. Oh, what a big anticipation to return to Japanese B.LEAGUE basketball after 2 weeks of FIBA international play in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers, where Japan did go 2-0 and thus cemented their position at the 2024-25 FIBA Asia Cup that will be hosted in Saudi Arabia this summer. But now it's time for B.LEAGUE basketball to take its turn and return here to home court. We're live here in the beautiful city of Mito as the Ibaraki Robots look to further improve their situation this season. Now, they got up to a very tough start here in the B.LEAGUE, and yet again they find themselves in a relegation battle. Well, these home fans, of course, they have to witness the likes of Chiba Jets, of course, Utsunomiya Brex, Gunma Crane Thunders, who are also having a good season. Coming into this arena, they are in the Eastern Division. Well, it's been a good season so far for OSAKA EVESSA, sitting at 500 with a record of 7-7 in the West. Well, there you can see the standings. Remember, top 3 teams will automatically qualify for the playoffs. The remaining 2 positions will indeed go to the 2 wildcards. Those teams will have the best records outside the playoffs. You might find that the wildcard teams may even indeed have better records than some of the top 3s in the East, West, and Central. Well, things have to turn around for the Ibaraki Robots. As mentioned, it hasn't been a great start, and just like last year, they find themselves within a relegation battle. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the past results here for the Ibaraki Robots. And you know, one thing about this team is they do have some flair. The last game was a split between the Sun Rock and Shibuya. They did win Game 1, 87-80, but unfortunately, they fell heavily in Game 2, losing by 29 points. That game took place on the 10th of November. On Ibaraki Robots' victory, the game that they did win, they had 31 points coming from Chahale's Tapscott. Tapscott did have a good game, followed up by Noboru Hasegawa, who chipped in 15. The third player to get into double digits was indeed Frank Roberts. Ibaraki's got to be one of those teams that tries to make sure the tempo does happen tonight, but one thing you can definitely count on for sure from OSAKA EVESSA, with a player like Matt Bonds, he is going to be very tough to defend. And there's Josh Holgerson, the man who made the three-pointer. Just had a big game against Guam in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. That's one thing about the Robots, a team that do know how to move the ball well, and they do light it up from the perimeter when they get going. The question is, can they do it here tonight and pick up their 4th important victory? While OSAKA EVESSA, as we mentioned, it's been business as usual. This team hasn't made the B.LEAGUE playoffs since the 2020-21 season. Because they didn't have Ira Brown playing for them. Well, head coach Holm knows that he's got some players to work with. As we mentioned, Tapscott is one of the key players. Franks as well. Those 2 players did get in double figures. It's going to be a tough one here tonight, so Franks is probably going to have to do things himself, which is going to make it ever so much more difficult. Well, they've got to learn to close games out. It's as simple as that. Because both of these 2 teams, going to OSAKA EVESSA, they also lost their last game before the FIBA window, losing at home to Sendai 89ers. That was a close game, an 8-point defeat. They did win the first game quite convincingly by 19 points. But they know also well that they've got to learn to close games out if they're going to be a B.LEAGUE playoff contender this year. Well, in the defeat to the Sendai 89ers, OSAKA EVESSA were led by Bobby Ray Parks Jr., who did have 26 points. 23 came from Brian Luther off the bench. Takuya Hashimoto also had quite a good game with 10. So this team, especially at home, should be closing these kind of games out, and that's got to be the key focal point for OSAKA EVESSA. The plan has got to be to return to the B.LEAGUE playoffs, one of the most historic teams in the history of professional basketball here in Japan. Nathan Booth, you just saw making the three-pointer for OSAKA. Man who did play in Turkey for the infamous Darüşşafaka, formerly coached by David Blatt of the, well, he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and LeBron's return to the to Cleveland back in 2013-14. Well, now we will get set to introduce the key players for tonight's game. And, no doubt tonight, Osaka probably fancy their chances here on the road against the likes of Ibaraki Robots. Well, this team is all about belief. Coach Fujita knows with players like Bobby Raypox Jr., Matt Bonds, he's got a very talented squad. But it's about building that collective winning formula. And that man on the right ahead of us is 39 years young Joji Takeuchi, one of the legends of Japanese basketball. Because Takeuchi does have a twin brother who does play for the Utsunomiya Breaks. And Joji Takeuchi, well, he featured for the Japanese national team at the 2006 FIBA World Championship that was hosted here in Japan. This one game he did play against Doug Nowitzki, where he ended up defending him. And there's your starting lineup tonight for Osaka EVESSA. No surprise. Bobby Raypox Jr., Matt Bonds. Ryan Luther will also come into the lineup tonight. Now wondering, does that mean Vladimir Maroon coming off the bench? Well, Coach Fujita, a man who has been very well experienced here in the Japanese B.LEAGUE, knows that tonight a win for them, maybe tomorrow as well, would take them above 500. And now we're going to get set to introduce the key players of the Ibaraki Robots. Let's enjoy the local entertainment here in the beautiful city of Mito in the Ibaraki Prefecture. Indeed, your Ibaraki Robots for tonight's game. And again, we thank you for joining us here on B.LEAGUE Internationals. Our three referees get set for action. Again, fans, if you are watching this game live on YouTube, please make sure that you hit that like button as we take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. The Robots, of course, know one thing they're going to have to try to defensively handle the pressure coming from Bonds, and there's going to be the matchup there with Robert Franks. And of course, the big man low inside will be Tapscott, and he's going to have the heavy duty of matching up with Ryan Luther. Well, Bobby Raypox defensively, he'll go up against Keita Tsurumaki. Hasegawa, as we mentioned, in their final defeat against Sunrocker Shibuya right before the FIBA window, did have 10 points. His defensive duties tonight, he'll take on Tatsuya Suzuki. Well, fans, again, we welcome everybody watching live all over the world. This is B.LEAGUE International Basketball. Indeed, it is Osaka EVESSA taking on the Ibaraki Robots. Don't go anywhere, as now we're set for tip-off. Well, the tip is underway, and it will be Osaka having the first possession. Let's give some shout-outs already to Feli Rosales, supporting Osaka due to Bobby Ray Box Jr. and Joy Balberino watching from Kuwait, also supporting Osaka and Bobby Ray Box. Well, gets an and one from downtown. Well, no, it was a foul call, but there's been contact there. And early 3 points going to Osaka EVESSA. The three was dagging away. Satsuhito. The robots. Scott fakes the pass, goes in, keeps it alive in a smooth move. And the block coming from Ryan Luther. Player Tap Scott getting the first 2 points. An early foul has been called. This one was called off the ball. Not quite sure who they called this one against. Looking for a handoff. Nowhere to go. Time winding down. They made the first three. They can't get this one. Goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to the robots, but a good effort from Ryan Luther contesting the offensive board for Osaka EVESSA. Well, I'd like to give some shout-outs to Lala, Go, Bobby Ray Box, and shout-out to Bella Claire. Welcome everybody watching live here on B.LEAGUE International. Right now it is the East meets the West. Not unable to finish. Good defense by Matt Bonds. And here comes Bobby Ray Box. The pump fakes. Nowhere to go here at the moment. And Bobby Ray Box Jr. got caught into a double team and he turns it over. And he's got to take care of the basketball. It's good defense by Robert Franks. And that was a nice double team along with Keita Tulumaki. Osaka EVESSA has to anticipate right now the pressure coming from a desperate team who are currently bottom of the Eastern Conference here in the B-League. Well, if you are watching this game live, let us know where you're watching so we can give you a shout-out. Shout-out to Bella Claire, Lala, Joy Balberino, and Feli Rosales. We're going back to all of our Filipino brothers and sisters watching this game live. It goes up. 50-50, but now Robert Franks, he tries a three. That's not going to go. That one rolls its way out of bounds. Robert Franks, formerly of the San Antonio Phoenix when he was teammates of 130 Ravenna last year. He's gone from being one of the best teams in the B-League to now one of the not-so-best. With the baseline. Suzuki wide open. Tries this one. Yeah, no good, but Luther battles offensive boards. He gets fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. And Coach Fujita loving the energy. Oh, they called a foul, no? Yeah, they have, yeah. This take by Ryan Luther in the end, finding a wide open Suzuki, but then that's a 2 free throws. Ryan Luther, originally from Pennsylvania, played at the University of Pittsburgh, was then transferred to the University of Arizona, started his pro career in Latvia with BK Ventspils, and played a couple of seasons in Turkey for Darüşşafaka and Gaziantep. That's been one good season with Ukem Murki in the Spanish ACB and only joined the Japanese B-League this season. Well, welcome to Tan, watching from Hong Kong. Hello, Bobby Ray Box Jr. Welcome, Tan. Hello, everybody. Sagawa down the middle. Takes the pass, puts in a teardrop. Can't get it. And now here comes Osaka, looking to build on their lead. Luther's unable to get the handoff, and now he's defended by Robert Franks. Patient play now from Osaka, trying to aggressively double team off the screens. Luther left wide open. It's not going to go. Look how quickly Ibaraki wants to get this one up, and he gets rejected, but the foul has been called against Ryan Luther. Oh, Luther timed that one, but in the end made the contact, and now Noboru Hasegawa will go to the free throw line. And there's a three-pointer. Look how quickly Ibaraki robots just excel in transition. Well, that's such a good call. There was no block there. My apologies. It's indeed a good decision by the official. Gallo makes the first free throw. Noboru Hasegawa standing roughly at about 5'11". This is now his debut season here in the Japanese B.LEAGUE, averaging 13 points per game this season with the Ibaraki Robots. There's almost 3 minutes played. 2-point lead currently to Osaka. With a cross-court pass. Finding Hashimoto. Hashimoto, a bit of contact, goes in. He'll get the and one. And he draws a foul against Hasegawa. Strong move coming from Takuya Hashimoto. Well, you thought he was going to kick that one out. Strong move by the young Japanese god. Hashimoto's been a key ingredient for Coach Fujita this season in the revival of OSAKA EVESSA. Since their last year in the B.LEAGUE playoffs, it's been barren season after season for the team from down south. 29-year-old standing at 188 centimeters. Steady this week back to 5 points. It's now Ibaraki Robots looking to break down the defense. Pushing passing to go for 3, and the points still nothing dropping. It's been disappointing so far here from the home team. Again, Bobby Raypox Jr. choking under pressure, but Ibaraki Robots, they can't keep the transition going as they turn it right back over. And that's twice now we've seen Bobby Raypox Jr. get caught in a double team and panic mode. But right here, well, Keita Tsurumaki's got to do better. Home fans here in the beautiful city of Mito, live in the Ibaraki Championship, trying to rally behind their team with the defense chants. Osaka almost turned over again. They're ready for 3, and that's not going to touch anything. And now the Robots have a chance here in transition, but they're going to slow this one down. Down the middle, nice pass, finds Robert Franks, goes in, he misses. That goes over the backboard, and that's going to go back to Osaka. Now I wonder, Coach Holm is going to go for a coach's challenge. Coach Holm not happy with that. It doesn't look like he's going to go for the coach's challenge. Now a change coming into the game here for Osaka. So checking in is Hayato Maki, number 88. Raypox Jr. finds Matt Barnes, still scoreless. But it didn't take too long for 007 Matt Barnes. One of the top scorers and a nominee for this season's B.LEAGUE All-Star game at Funabashi. Simple pick and roll, and at that point, no help side defense was going to prevent the inevitable. Well, Matt Barnes has been a prime-time scorer this year in the Japanese B.LEAGUE, as mentioned. One of the toughest players to defend. Simply undeniable every time he's on the floor. And Barnes gets a 3-point play. He's averaging 18.3 points per game. One of the leading scorers this year in the Japanese B.LEAGUE. Going for a kick out. Deep 3 in the corner. That's way off the mark. Luther comes up with it. Bobby Raypox looking to go up by double digits. Barnes going for the ISO. Trademark fadeaway, but that's not going to touch anything. And those are the usual shots you'll see Matt Barnes go for in this kind of game. And now Ibaraki Robots Still looking at that second field goal. Almost halfway done here in the first quarter. Nice penetration going in with the ISO mode, and that's what they need from their backcourt. A beautiful move by Hasegawa. Patience needs to be a virtue for both these two teams on the offensive end. You know they both like to go quickly in transition, but they've got to find some stability. It's a nice cut. Gets rejected. Sayonara. Get out of here. Are you kidding me? What a block in the end. Luther thinks he's got it in the end. Sayonara by Keita Tsurumaki. Goodbye. Not welcome here today, my friend. Ray Goda checking into the game for the first time here for Osaka, along with the big man from Ukraine, number 52, Vladimir Harun. Also, Jeve Blood coming into the game for the first time for the Ibaraki Robots. A nice little floater again, though. Bruno Hasegawa finding those openings and breaking down the defense. He's got the last 4 points here for Ibaraki Robots. And carrying violations, so a third turnover here in the first quarter for Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Well, that's the right decision. Unfortunately, that is a carry. He's just got to find a little bit of concentration. Matt Bonds comes up with a steal. He's going to be committed, and the silly part about that, that's already the 15th foul. So now Matt Bonds will go to the charity stripe here for Osaka. A very unnecessary play, to say the least. As we mentioned, Matt Bonds, one of the top scorers this year in the Japanese B.LEAGUE, averaging 18.3 points per game. He's just simply a terrific player. He spent 3 seasons playing for Nagasaki Velka right from the very bottom in B3, helping them get promoted to the top league here, B1. He makes them both. They get inside the paint again, and an easy little finish. And now it's making things happen as Tomosawa just checking into the game. The player is only 26 years of age. They have to keep on maintaining that pressure. And Osaka need now to find a bit of a response. They've got to build something. I think we can get them going as Bobby Ray Parks Jr. And this is last 3. He's unable to finish that one. It's now Robert Franks. Franks all the way, goes in, gets this one. And they're going to call that one a blocking foul called, and he can cut this down to a 1-point ball game. What a take by Robert Franks. Well, that was a 3-pointer. And again, Ibaraki in transition. Point forward, Robert Franks going all the way coast to coast now. I don't know who the foul's on. I think it's on Bobby Ray Parks Jr. A change coming in now for the Ibaraki Robots. Stepping in for the first time tonight is indeed the veteran player, Tsunobu Hirao. Franks converts a 3-point play. It's only a 1-point ball game now. It was 8 points at some point, just prior, excuse me. Go to nowhere to go. He looked for a handoff. Finds Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Picks up his dribble. Bit of a circle shot and made that the 3rd and 1 for Osaka EVESSA. Well, what a take in the end by Makoto Kinoshita. Well, Kinoshita found the opening. A little bit of contact and a little kiss off the backboard. Veteran play by Kinoshita. As on Komosawa, that's only his first personal foul of the game. He's unable, and Haroon will make that a 4-point play. Vladimir Haroon battling for the offensive boards, putting a bit of pressure against Jeve Floyd. Scanning the lead back to 5 points here for Osaka. This team would love to go above 500 tonight here with a victory in the beautiful city of Mito. Ibaraki Robots keep going to those ball screens. Komosawa unable to connect, but that's a good look. Kinoshita takes an extra step, and that way he was able to fake out the defense. I think they anticipated he was going to go for a floater, but then he went to the left-hand layup. So, more intelligent play by the veteran. Just over 2 minutes here in the first quarter, back to a 7-point Osaka lead. Switch on defense. Flags goes in. A foul's going to be called against Bobby Ray Parks Jr. That's going to be a second personal. So it's been a tough start for the former PBA superstar. Well, great job by Robert. Wow. I don't know, I don't think that's a foul. I've just seen the comment from Penguin on the live YouTube chat. How bad is Bobby Ray Parks Jr. today? The question that's been asked. Well, you clearly haven't been watching Bobby Ray Parks in the other games here in the B-League, I take it. Because Bobby Ray Parks Jr. is having a hell of a season this year with Osaka EVESSA becoming one of their go-to plays. And, well, I would just strongly suggest you watch more games. So far this season, Bobby Ray Parks is actually averaging 17.2 points per game. So, hey, Penguin, the stats don't lie. Nice YouTube name. 5-point ball game. Kinoshita being heavily defended, now coming off one screen. And it's another unforced turnover by Osaka EVESSA. This team currently struggling to take care of the basketball. Tatsuya Suzuki wasn't quite ready for that one. Zen just putting on a minimal bit of pressure to close that turnover, not too much. And now Tsunobu Hidao in the backcourt. Again down the middle. Jeve Floyd, and all of a sudden he cuts it down to a 3-point ball game. One thing you notice here about Ibaraki Robots, they do a good job of breaking into the key, making the defense collapse. So Matthew, again, another turnover and another foul committed and another trip to the free throw line. And this could very well be a 1-point ball game. That was way too predictable, but that's just such an unnecessary foul to give away. And the reason it's so poor is because you just invite Ibaraki Robots to break down the scores. Now, Tatsunobu Hidao will go to the free throw line. Well, Tatsunobu Hidao is really a rotation player, just averages above 13 minutes per game. He's not a predominant scorer for this team, as he's only averaging just under 5 points per game so far here for the Robots. And now he has a chance to get to the charity stripe so far tonight. Well, the one telling point tonight between these two teams, only 2 turnovers for the Ibaraki Robots, and Osaka EVESSA have 5 turnovers too many. 1:11 to go here in the first quarter. We do apologize, a slight delay in game at the moment. I'm not quite sure. I think it's a wet spot on the floor. So the referee's just politely asking the table for the moisturizer technician removers to get rid of the sweat. I think it was a stain of some sort. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Well, we got to give credit to the man on the ground getting rid of the wet spot. Health and safety is the #1 priority for all of our players here in the Japanese B.LEAGUE. Now Coach Holm knows that. I mean, look, you got to be careful because they're like last season. They're in a relegation battle. Neither of these two teams want to get relegated to B2. Shiga Lakes knows how hard it is to get relegated, but then to get promoted back to B1, which they did last season. Shinshu Brave Warriors, one of the teams that did go down last year. And Ibaraki Robots, it was on the final day of the season. Well, they actually didn't need to win, but they ended up surviving due to results going in their favor. So 3 victories, they've got to pick themselves up. They've got to find more ways to win this year.
コートメンテナンス終了になります。再び先ほどのファールボーナスに達しているためロボットにフリースロー2ショットシューター平尾敦信の2ショットから始まります。
That's another hitter out, makes the first free throw as Coach Fujita watches on. The former Shinshu Brave Warriors coach. That's the import coach home. Both coaches looking for a big victory tonight. Makes them both. That 7-point lead has now been cut down to 1. A 6-0 run here for the Ibaraki Robots. With just over 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Ball's being heavily defended. Looks to attack, goes in, can't get it. Good defense coming. Ibaraki looking to take the lead here on this position. Misawa now looking for a handout. Under 10 here on the shot clock. Good passing. Three was in the corner to 2. And now the rebound secured here by Suzuki. He makes a bit of contact, out of control, and he's bailed out with a foul. The foul is called by Zen, called against Zen Endo. Wow, I don't know. What else is the guy supposed to do? Matsumaki missing the first free throw. And won a B.LEAGUE championship in 2023 with the Ruku Golden Kings. This did leave the Okinawa Arena last year to play in Osaka for EVESSA. Finds himself getting regular playing time. Now checking into the game is Kumiya Hio for the first time tonight here for Osaka EVESSA. 6 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Ibaraki pants out of the game up. Maybe take the lead with a three-pointer. Start getting around defenders. Spins around. Goes in and we're all locked in at 20 apiece. Osaka have one more possession. Bonds has got to go quick. Bonds off the dribble. Down the middle. Little floater. Doesn't get it. And at the end of the first quarter, we're all locked in at 20 apiece here in the Japanese B.LEAGUE. Well, it's been a roller coaster here in the first quarter. Osaka EVESSA have led by as many as 8 points. They have a record of 7-7, sitting in 4th place in the Western Conference of the B.LEAGUE. While unfortunately for the Ibaraki Robots, only 3 wins. They did win their second last game against Sun Rocker Shibuya in the doubleheader, but they are rock bottom of the East. Well, we are going to return in just over 90 seconds for the second quarter. This is the B.LEAGUE International YouTube page where this game is being streamed at the moment. As it stands, Ibaraki Robots, well, they're putting up a fight against Osaka. Well, there is the veteran player, 39 years young, Joji Takeuchi, who I did mention in the pregame. Has a twin brother who does play for Utsunomiya Brex. And Joji, if you love FIBA International Basketball, he has been the face of the paint. And what I mean is one of the top centers in Japanese Basketball League history. First time he played at a FIBA Basketball World Cup was in 2006, when Japan hosted Saitama Arena, and Joji Takeuchi parts in one game to go up against Dirk Nowitzki. Nice give and go. Jeve Floyd throws it down. Oh, clear the runway. Jeve's in the house. Well, welcome to Black Mamba, currently live on YouTube. Ray Parks missing a piece of Gillas. Enjoy Balderino. Go, Ray. This is in Tagalog. I don't know what I'm about to read out, but I trust it means well. Lucky for three. That's not going to go. Ibaraki Robots leading by 2 points. Trying to do something they haven't done this evening, and that is have a 2-possession lead against Osaka EVESSA. He's going to try to bully his way and goes in. He misses the wide open layup, and there wasn't even any help side defense. Well, he's got to capitalize. Matt Bonds, he'll go in. Nobody cannot stop him either. One of the leading scorers in the B.LEAGUE this year, 29 years of age, Matt Bonds. The defense coming from Brian Luther. Shot clock winding down. Capsco's got to take this one. Way up the mark, and Osaka EVESSA. Happy to see that one go out of bounds. Great job by the veteran Joji Takeuchi. Defense coming. At the moment, Hashimoto's got to get rid of this one. Still has the ball in his hands. Hashimoto going all the way, keeping it in his right hand. A smooth play in the end by Takuya Hashimoto. Swift again, swirling around the defense and get that one under control. Damilola Mosaku into the game here for the Robots. Three is up again. Nothing dropping from downtown. Getting a hand up. Mosaku going down low to Jeve Floyd. Fouls will be committed by Joji Takeuchi, so there was 3.5 left on the shot clock. change coming in now for the Ibaraki Robots. Subbing into the game is Xiao Sun for the first time tonight. Xiao Sun did spend some time playing in the Canadian CBL. Is now the play inside as the big man. Getting that one going. The center that does stand at just over 208 centimeters. Still playing the Chinese Basketball Association for the Beijing Ducks. Also for Nanjing and went to Cal State Northridge. Maki spotting down the other end. Osaka holding on to a 2-point lead. 3 minutes played, and I think, well, blocking foul's gonna be called. Well, I'd say, wow. So it's more of an offensive foul than anything. He could have picked 2 on that one. Well, definitely, Tapscott's a very lucky player in my mind. Mackey picks up the block. Robots down by 2. Going down low to Tapscott. Another kick out. Hasegawa wide open. Now he gives them a 1-point lead and a big-time three-pointer. Oh, beautifully tucked away by Noboru Hasegawa. Takuchi being heavily defended by Sun. Osaka looking to regain the lead. Hashimoto bumps. There's the contact, and now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, both teams showing a little bit more patience and resilience in the half-court offense. That time was a penetration coming from Hashimoto. Well, Hashimoto this season, much more productive. Now Tsurumaki checking back into the game here at the moment for the Ibaraki Robots. But going back to Takuya Hashimoto, he plays just over 10 minutes per game, averaging 7.5 points. This is quite an efficient player for Coach Fujita. And now he has a chance to put them back up by 1, but he's got to make these 2 free throws. Osaka so far tonight, 8 out of 10 from the charity stripe. Shooting very impressive, 80%. Free throws just so imperative, and credit to Ibaraki Robots. They've only missed 1 out of 7, so both teams definitely making it count from the foul line. Makes them both. Zenendo gets ready to check back into the game for the Ibaraki Robots. The Xiao Sun now goes to the bench, takes a breather. Hashimoto heavily defended. Now turns it over. And Osaka counterattack here. Luther down the middle. Oh, baby! Are you kidding me? Ryan King, Luther the Great just went down the middle, and nobody came out to take a charge. Well, I've got to see the replay of that one. Well, here's a turnover. Good defense by Bonds with the reach. Hashimoto came up with it. Now watch King, Ryan Luther. And the rest was history. A timeout's called by Ibaraki. They're down by 3. We'll be back in just under 90 seconds. start tonight here for JV Floyd. He's come off the bench and played some very good minutes.
ロボツエンドから
So far, 4 points, only 1 rebound, and 1 assist for that matter. But it's the energy and the stability that JV Floyd brings inside the paint.
Let's go.
Now IBARAKI. Down by 3 points. Trailed by as many as 8 so far. It's still looking for that 4th imperative victory in this season's B.LEAGUE regular season. On the shot clock. Off in the mid-range, a little too short, but Topshot gets the offensive board. The putback is good. They're going to need more offensive rebounds tonight if they're going to stay in this one. Well, welcome to Paul Eric Peligro, watching from the Philippines, I believe. Not a guy in Bagdating, my friend. Ray Fox Jr. back in the game. Ryan Luther down the middle. Nice step that goes in, and somehow this man still makes it. Towering down to the ground. Nice penetration, baseline, a good response in transition. It's one way to get the ball down quickly after being scored against. Happy too quickly there for OSAKA. Ray Fox Jr. One-legged fadeaway, that's not going to go at the moment. Going all the way. Kicks out, finds Robert Franks. 3 is up. And it's no good, but nobody went in for an offensive rebound. Still a 1-point cushion for OSAKA EVESSA, but can they build on this? Kick out. Bond's wide open. Hasn't made a 3 tonight. Still struggles. He's always coming up with it. Sagala trying to push this one. So it goes in, draws the contact. Now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, Ryan Luther will go to the bench. He'll take a breather. I believe we are going to have a timeout with 4:17 to go here in the first half. With currently OSAKA EVESSA lead by 1 point. But when we get back, Jael Topshot will have 2 free throws. So we are going to go down the list and see what the coaches have to say. We will return in just under 90 seconds. No free throws actually was on the ground, but now they retake the lead thanks to Robert Franks. Topshot was going to go to the free throw line, but in the end, action was going to prevail. OSAKA down by 1. Luther on the floor with Bobby Ray Fox Jr. That's going to be a turnover. No, Ray Fox gets it back in the final seconds, and he turns it right back over. Zenendo goes in, no foul called. OSAKA get away with that one. Bobby Ray Parks Jr. now 0 for 4. The foul is going to be committed by Joji Takeuchi. That's his second personal foul. A big rebound coming from J.B. Floyd.
Let's go!
Three and a half to go here in the second quarter. IBARAKI looking to build on their lead. He's in the lane, can't finish. Bobby Ray Parks Jr. comes up with it. Bonds thinks about going for the three-point. Now goes for a handoff. Kinoshita. There's now a bit of contact. Goes in. No. The foul has been called, so 007 will go to the free throw line. Hi, Penguin. Well, that's going to be a mismatch for Chahels. A tough time defending him because, no disrespect to Chahels Tapscott, I mean, he is 6'5", but when you're going up against one of the top scorers in the Japanese B.LEAGUE, you have to be on guard. You know, a player like Matt Bonds, who is a perimeter threat, but you only do best slashes on the ball. It's the former Nagasaki Velka player. Remember, this man started in B3, the third division of Japanese basketball with Nagasaki. First season got them promoted to B2. Second season got them promoted to B1 and played 1 year in the B.LEAGUE with Nagasaki. Makes them both, restores the 1-point lead for Osaka, and the lead is becoming a roller coaster between these two teams. Well, Asagawa is going to leave the game. So checking back in is Atsunobu Hirao. Quite a plethora of point guards that Ibaraki Robots have. Now Robert Franks looking for that handoff, nowhere to go. Kohei Nakamura dribbling into traffic. Final seconds for Franks. A tough mid-range, and with a hand in his face, no problem for Robert Franks. And 2:32 to go. A timeout's going to be called by Coach Fujita of Osaka. And as mentioned, that roller coaster of a lead keeps on changing. Well, we're going to return in just under 90 seconds. What a game we have so far. Look at this play by Robert Franks.
Going to the touch. Atsu's got it for 12. Hold that screen. Come downhill. Kohei in the corner.
Possession back to Osaka. 2:32 to go here in the second quarter. Down by 1 point. A little bit of full court pressure been exhibited by the Ibaraki Robots. Now they sit back in a 2-3 zone defense. How will Osaka break this one down? Got Matt Bonds trying to set a ball screen. In the end, it's another unforced turnover. And that was very interesting because Ryan Luther looked like he was trying to play the high-low game at the high post. And Matt Bonds looked like he was trying to set a screen. Or maybe they were trying to go for a double high screen. I don't know. Let's turn it over. J.V. Floyd comes up with it. Franks misses last three. And again, he can't connect. OSAKA looking to get something quick. Let's quickly attack. Bonds goes in, tough move, and he gets the putback. Matt Bonds is a certified walking bucket. He is simply unstoppable. Already tonight, 11 points for Matt Bonds. Leading scorer in this game. Control penetration, but it counts. Oh, great play by Arao. Oh, Luther gets a bit of contact, and you can count that one. Ryan Luther going to the free throw line, drawing the foul against J.V. Floyd. Well, there's the foul right there. Very unnecessary by Floyd. Chance now for Luther to make this a two-point ball game on the three-point plays. Hayato Maki checks back into the game for OSAKA. Three-point play converted by Ryan Luther, excuse me. Matt Bonds is the other play. 1:15 to go here in the first half. The Robots looking to tie the game up. Go down low to Robert Franks. Another mid-range slump, and that one rolls its way in. A nice move by Robert Franks. He's under pressure. That's tough. He's with a big hand in his face as well. Franks at the moment 9 points, second top scorer in this game, right behind Matt Bonds. Bonds can go to 14. Doesn't get it. Ryan Luther takes one out of bounds, so 40.7. Ibaraki Robots could potentially go 2 for 1 if they score on this play quickly and get a stop down the other end. I wonder if that's the timeout Chris Holm is going to go with. Try to get his team to go quickly and then try to get a stop for the 2 for 1. Well, we'll be back in just under 90 seconds. Well, here we go. Will Ibaraki Robots go for the 2 for 1? Hi, Penguin. Down the middle, Frank. Oh my goodness! And as they say in the Philippines, hayop panis uwi na. What a big time dunk! Well, he lifted like Dr. J on that play. 5 seconds difference between game and shot clock at the moment. Kinoshita, patient passing now, he fires a 3. And the 2-for-1 is on here for Ibaraki. Leading by 2, but they've got to go quickly. Franks down the middle. Foul has been called, and that's going to be 2 free throws coming up for Robin Franks. And he's been the game changer. Indestructible. Well, Kinoshita missed a 3-pointer, so 4/10 of a second left here in the game, and another timeout's going to be called. So we will return in just under 90 seconds. And hello to Penguin, also known as Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin Man. Ray Park, 0 points in the first half, 4 turnovers. Imagine coming onto a live YouTube chat just to bash. Well, 4/10 of a second left. Robin Franks looking to extend their lead. The former Washington State player just briefly played in the NBA with the Charlotte Hornets and the G League affiliate and the Orlando Magic. He makes the second free throw. 4/10 left. Goes out of now. Well, that's going to be a baseline possession. Ibaraki Robots. Ryan Luther tried to go Pittsburgh Steelers on that one. Now Jeve Floyd into the game. Well, one thing Osaka want to do here, they don't want to foul. Now Tsunobu Hirao also coming back into the game for the Robots. Just to defend this inbound play. So an inbound play because they threw the ball the length of the court and it didn't touch anybody. In the end, they threw it out of bounds. So a big chance if the Ibaraki Robots potentially could get back to the free throw line. Well, I'm not quite sure what the officials are discussing here at the moment. Maybe a technical issue that they are facing. I don't know, but regardless, it's going to be an inbound play for Ibaraki Robots underneath their basket with 4/10 of a second left here in the first half. I think it may have been down to the substitution. They were unable to bring back in Hayato Maki due to no time being taken off. So Bobby Ray Box Jr. back into the game at the moment.
ロボッツエンドインバウンス39.4
Well, here we go. Literally, they got inbounded, and they've got to go quickly. Derek Fisher style. Gets it inbound. Tapscott doesn't get it, and that is the end of the first half, where now indeed the Robots hold on to a slender three-point lead as they look in quest for their fourth victory of the B.LEAGUE season. I do love it. They got off in time, that's for sure. Well, fans, it's halftime. We're going to leave you with statistics, some of the highlights, but we will return in just under 15 minutes. This is B.LEAGUE basketball. Ibaraki Robots hosting OSAKA EVESSA.
さあまずはパフォーマンスをご覧いただきましょう。ロボッツの3 RTT。 チェック RDT 後半もよろしく。さあ皆様続きまして本日のハーフタイム企画クイズあなたはロボスケより賢いのコーナー参りましょう。ロボスケこれどっかで聞いたことある名前なんだけど完全に小学5年生がうんにゃんはんにゅんのパクリだよね。違う、もう完全に食い気味で違うって言ってるけど、はい本日は皆さん学生キャンペーンデーということでこの企画学べるクイズを集めてみました。今回はみんなが回答者になります。はい、会場にいるみんなが回答者です。茨城ロボッツの公式 LINE アカウントでお友達登録した方なら誰でも参加が可能となっています。公式 LINE で回答してください。またお友達登録がまだお済みでない方、今からでも間に合いますので LINE 開いてご登録をお願いいたします。さあまず今日はね問題が全部で4問あります。結構難しいです。見事全問正解した方の中から抽選で10名様にお勉強に使ってほしいロボッツ10周年特製ノートを差し上げます。さあいきますよ。皆さん用意はよろしいですか？お友達登録できました？はい、大丈夫そうですか？皆さんいけますか？時間もないのでいきますよ。早速開いてみてください。はい、公式茨城ロボッツで出てきますからね。はい、さあでは早速皆さん参りたいと思います。問題参りましょう。第1問、社会の問題。ロボスケに性格がプログラムされている水戸黄門の助さんこと佐々木助三郎は実在した人物である。丸か×か。実在したと思ったら丸、実在しなかったなと思ったら×で答えてください。さあそれでは回答お願いします。さあ自分もこれスタートをしてやってみましょう。 皆さんいけます？これ押せます？大丈夫ですか？押せない？スタートをして、さあではいきますよ。皆さん回答できましたか？答え合わせは4問全部終わってからとなります。はい、1問目答えないと2問目いけないので、皆さんよろしくお願いいたします。いけました？はい、丸かバスかですからね。はい、では続いて第2問、数学の問題です。3択。ロボスケの体重は2トンですが、同じ重さなのはどれ？1番卵 M サイズ6666個分、2番リンゴ6666個分、3番牛丼並盛り6666杯分。それでは回答してください。お願いします。3択です。この123選んでください。いいですか皆さん。はい、では時間となります。回答できました？はい、いきますよ。では3問目に参ります。大丈夫ですか皆さん、ついてきてます？大丈夫ね。はい、ありがとうございます。さあでは続いて3問目、理科の問題です。次のうちチームの略称と同じ元素記号が組まれているチームはどれ？ないチームですね。ごめんなさい、ないチームです。1番アルティーリ千葉の AC、 2番横浜 B コルセアーズ BC、 ファイティングイーグルス名古屋 FE、 サンロッカーズ渋谷 SR。 はい、皆さん回答お願いします。チームの略称と同じ元素記号がないチームですよ。大丈夫ですか？これ本当ガチなクイズになってます。今日は茨城ロボスではありえない、ロボスケにはありえない難しさになってるけどね、すごいよねはい、さあ皆さん回答できました？第3問きましたね。はい、では続いてラスト問題、めちゃめちゃ難しいです。第4問、統計の問題です。正解確率は 25%。 これからロボスケの喜怒哀楽4つの表情が表示されます。4つのうちどれが喜びの表情でしょうか？それでは皆さん回答をどうぞ。はい、選んでください。さあ出ました。1番2番3番4番、よーく見て、よーく見て、本当に多分一緒だけどよーく見て、はい、これはもう確率の問題になっています。さあどれでしょうか？当たった人はラッキーっていう感じになりますけど、さあ皆さんいいですか？締め切りになりますよ。はい、ここで締め切らさせていただきます。皆さんありがとうございます。それでは皆さんで、答え合わせをしていきたいと思いますが、大丈夫ですか皆さん？大丈夫？結構答えられた？はい、あ、うんっていう声も聞こえた。ありがとう。はい、ロボスケも確認してますが、では答え合わせをしていきたいと思います。第1問は社会の問題でしたが、ロボスケに性格が、こちらプログラムされている水戸黄門の助さんこと佐々木助三郎は実在した人物である丸か×かは、正解は×。はい、これね架空のキャラクターでした。ちなみにモデルとなったのは実在したさっさ宗清、通称さっさ助三郎という方で、実際に徳川光圀に仕え大日本史の編纂に貢献したということだそうです。今日は真面目ですよ皆さん。はい、さあ続いていきましょう。第2問は数学の問題からでしたが、3択。ロボスケの体重は2トン、同じ重さはどれでしょうかというものでしたが、正解はこちら。はい、リンゴ6666個分ということで、ちなみにね、世界的有名な今年50周年の猫のキャラクター、はい、リンゴ3個分だった気がするんですけどね、全然違うね、中身もねほんとね、もうなんかドヤ顔してますけど、はい、ありがとうございます。さあそして第3問は理科の問題でした。次のうち、チームの略称と同じ元素記号がないチーム ACBCFESR、 正解はこちら。はい、なかったのは BC コルセアーズでした、ね、こちらも難しかった。めちゃめちゃ難しかったですね。はい、ガチです。はい、さあそして皆さん問題なのがここです。第4問の統計の問題、完全に勘が勝負、 25% の確率。正解はこちら、3番。はい、ラッキーな人おめでとう。当たったかな？全問正解できた人。はい、 見事全問正解した方の中から抽選で当たるのは、ロボッツ10周年特製ノートです。LINE で抽選結果が届きますので、当選された方2回総合案内所までお越しください。本当に皆さんありがとうございました。以上、ハーフタイム企画クイズあなたはロボスケより賢いののコーナーでした。さあ皆さん、本当に後半も楽しみましょう。ペンライトはオフにしといてね。以上、ハーフタイムショーでした。ありがとうございました。センキューロボスケ。
Welcome back, B.LEAGUE fans. The second half here in the game between Ibaraki Robots and Osaka EVESSA is moments away, as now we run back some of the top highlights here from the first half, where indeed Ibaraki Robots holding on to a slender 3-point lead. Well, the disparity between these two teams this season, the 7-7 record for the visitors. Currently sitting in fourth place in the Western Conference, looking to get back to the playoffs for the first time in over 3 years. So far, Ibaraki Robots trying to avoid a relegation battle. There's Jeve Floyd going in, throwing it down with a thundercramp jam. Well, he's been so far terrific tonight here for the Ibaraki Robots. Remember, they're led by Robert Franks, who does have 12 points. Jeve Floyd with 6 so far here at the moment. Well, one positive thing for the home team tonight, they only have 4 turnovers, where Osaka EVESSA, unfortunately for them, it is indeed 8 turnovers. Well, great dunk down the middle by Ryan Luther. 9 points tonight for the man from Pennsylvania. 2 players in double figures tonight here for Osaka EVESSA. Matt Bonds with 11. And Takuya Hashimoto has 8. Well, has 10, excuse me. What am I talking about? Oh, I've seen some good plays so far here from the Robots. Franks here with Bonds' hand in his face, but no problem. The high sky knock from Robert Franks. The former Nagoya Diamond Dolphins player, where he was teammates with one Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Franks down the middle, threw it down with no regard for the help side defense. That indeed was a nice play by Robert Franks. We'll run through some of the key statistics in this game, but so far not great three-point shooting night for both these two teams. Only 1 out of 11 for Osaka EVESSA, 1 out of 10 coming for Ibaraki Robots. Well, the rebounding count collectively 16 rebounds for the Ibaraki Robots, 17 indeed for Osaka, and both teams have 3 offensive boards to say the least, but the turnovers tells you a big stat. 8 turnovers in total for Osaka EVESSA. One of the most historic teams in the history of professional basketball in Japan is Osaka EVESSA. You have to remember, at one point in the history, they were coached by Bill Cartwright, a former 3-time NBA champion, a teammate with Michael Jordan. You probably remember seeing him on the Netflix documentary The Last Dance. That's right. It was the 2013-14 season that Bill Cartwright was head coach of Osaka. Well, there you're leading scorers. Robert Franks with 12, Matt Bonds with 11. Hashimoto followed up by 10 points for Osaka EVESSA. And for old Bobby Ray Parks' struggles tonight, he does have 5 rebounds and 3 assists, so could maybe the man going under the cryptic name hiding behind the YouTube account Penguin has had a lot to say about Bobby Ray Parks Jr., but what if he finished with a triple-double? Would you then have to change the name from Penguin to Oswald Cobblepot? I don't know. Or maybe just don't make a fake account. Come out. The players will re-enter the floor as we get ready to get things started here in the second half. Hashimoto, second top scorer for Osaka EVESSA with 10 points. So Bonds, Luther, and Hashimoto combining altogether for 30 tonight collectively for Osaka EVESSA. Coach Holm knows Ibaraki Robots haven't had a lot of success in recent years. Coach Fujita, he's coach here in the B-League. With the Shinshu Brave Warriors. Now we get things back in the way. Bonds penetrates. Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Bonds wide open. Tie the game up at too short. 6th rebound for Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Lance fires another one. This time, no problems. He ties the game up at 42 apiece. Now he moves to the top scorer of the game with 14. Great job by Matt Barnes, but an even better job by Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Hey, Penguin, where you at? Now Franks. This is a tough contested fadeaway. It's way off the mark. Rebound number 7 for Bobby Ray Parks Jr. And an uncharacteristic turnover by Ryan Luther. Remember, Bobby Ray Parks Jr. now has 7 rebounds and 4 assists. He got that 4th one from the Matt Barnes three-pointer. Did Ray get a double-double without scoring 10 points? That would be impressive. Pick and roll. This is going to get another out-of-bounds violation. Uncanny characteristic from both teams at the moment. But there's one of those mistakes where just unfortunately they are going to happen. You just got to shake it off and try to get a stop down the other end. Meanwhile, Osaka's got to capitalize. And for now, looking for Hashimoto. Patient passing here from Osaka. Barnes. Time winding down here on the shot clock. Got to make something happen. Goes in. That's going to remain Osaka ball on the baseline with 3 seconds left here on the shot clock. Good recovery defense. That's a good job. As Keita Tsutomaki just put his hand in the cookie jar at the right time. And a traveling violation against Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Has had his struggles on the offensive end. There was 7 rebounds and 4 assists. I think it's very uneducated to go on a YouTube channel and say he's having a bad game. That indeed is his 5th turnover. And the deep one goes flying. Luther gets a rebound. Looking for a post-up. Defending. And down the middle. Goes in and gets his first field goal. Bobby Ray Parks, 2 points. 7 rebounds, 4 assists tonight. Good job by Ray. Good defense coming. Goes under the screen. Fires a 3. Can't get it. Bonds with a rebound. Osaka looking to go up by double for 2 possessions. There another seal. Go. Wow. That's a tough one in my mind. Nakamura took the charge. Had a look at the replay. I don't know, I mean, look, they're both coming down at the same time. Coach Fujita bedazzled as much as I am here at the moment. Now, are they going to look for an act of violence? This will be interesting. We're going to the monitor, so we're going to find out what they have to say.
ファウルのグレードの確認を IRS で現在確認しておりますので皆様少々お待ちください。先ほどのオフェンスファウルのグレードの確認です。
Well, I take back what I said, and I think that's a good call because you saw Ray Parks' elbow come down and make contact, and that's unfortunate because he had the mismatch, no doubt about it. That's his 3rd personal foul. Fujita, you can understand his frustration, but it is a good call. It's going to remain possession back to the Robots. Down by 2 points. Just over 2 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. Goes to the ground, goes in. He's going to tie this one up. And Matt Barnes just had a bit of a blunder there on defense. Coming off one screen, finds an opening, goes in, around, now goes to 4 points. 2 field goals here in the third quarter for Bobby Ray Parks Jr. 4 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds. He's got steps through, misses it. Ray gets rebound number 8. Loop it down the middle, goes in, and now he makes it a 4-point ball game to Osaka. And just like that, this team's able to turn it around. Really cool underneath the bucket. This one's against Osaka's number 14, Takuya Hashimoto. Well, that was a mismatch. As Top Scott just had the seal off there. They had no choice but to foul him, I guess. Second personal here for Hashimoto. Going for a tough post-up, steps through, nice post move, goes in, looking for the and one, but nothing's going to be called. And now he's got 13. 14, excuse me, for the former Nagoya Diamond Dolphins teammate of Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Hashimoto goes in, count it, gets the and one. And a great play by Takuya Hashimoto. Now he has a chance to make this a 5-point ball game. They called the screen, getting the dime from Bobby Ray Parks Jr. So just now to extend this one. Ray's going to pick up the assist on that play, but if he does, that'll be assist number 5. So Hashimoto looking to extend the momentum here for Osaka EVESSA. Converts the free throw.
Let's go.
Robots looking for a score, but they can't find other options other than Robert Franks. Otherwise, Osaka's defense is going to be pretty much pinpointed on Franks. They've made 1 3 tonight. Did that one, but they get the 50-50. Good work by Jeve Floyd. Floyd in the paint gets good as double team. They got a man down, wide open. Got to make this one. Count it. Cuts it down to 2 points. Patient basketball. In the end, Hasegawa getting the wide open look. Second Robots play to get into double digits. Ray Parks. There's the foul. That's going to be team foul number 2 against the Robots. It's a bit of a worrying sign, but I think Jeve Floyd's going to be okay. Well, they've come out aggressively to hedge on the screen, but at that point, Jeve Floyd just, ouch. Didn't quite position himself correctly. So Bobby Ray Parks Jr. did not get the assist on the last play with Hashimoto, so he's still at 4 assists with 8 rebounds and 4 points. Not too far away from a triple-double. Where is the Penguin on YouTube? Looking through a pull backdoor pass, and now Floyd in transition. Goes in, Euro step, B.E.A. Beautiful play by Jeve Floyd. Time the game up at 51 apiece to go here in the third quarter now with just over 5 minutes. He's throwing a handout. Penetrates nowhere to go. Osaka go for the long one. I think that's going to be a 3-pointer, yeah. Beautifully tucked away by Tatsuya Suzuki. That's his first field goal of the game. The 33-year-old veteran making it count here for Osaka. Well, good hands. And now Matt Barnes is going to make it a 5-point ball game, and he'll go up to 16. A 5-0 run coming from Osaka. Now a timeout's going to be called by Coach Holm. Osaka looking back in their dominant form here in the moments. So we're going to take a short break, and we will return in just under 1 minute. 4:28 to go here in the third quarter. Where is Penguin?
5点差、まずは一つ一つ得点重ねて追いついてひっくり返しましょう。ロボッツエンドから
Comment made by Karina Capri on YouTube. I agree with you, Karina. I thought that three-pointer, the foot was on the line. I'm 100% behind you on that one. They gave it 3 points. So 5-point lead here to Osaka. 10 on the shot clock. They've got to make something. They made 2 threes. Almost got it, and the push in the back is going to be called against Ryan Luther. The third team foul against Osaka. During the third quarter. I think he knows he sold that one, but it's the right call, no doubt. There was a 3 from downtown. It's unlucky. A very unnecessary one picked up by Hayato Maki, so 4:05. That's a final team foul to give away. Any more, and Ibaraki robots will go to the free throw line.
Let's go.
Misawa now finds a bit of separation, mid-range, no good. JV Floyd towering over everybody. This man can fly when he goes to those second chance points. He now gets 10. Third Ibaraki play to get into double digits. 14 for Bonds. Can't get this one. Floyd with another rebound. They almost turn it over. Now coming off one screen. Nowhere to go. Kicks out and they go for another 3. Well, the collapse defense on. Robin Franks preventing. It's looking no good. Now it's just becoming poor basketball. Neither team can run away with this one. That's going to be a kickball violation, so it's going to remain 18 seconds on the shot clock. Change coming in as Daiki Tsuchiya comes in for the first time tonight for Osaka. 24 years of age, standing at 173 centimeters. Joji Takeuchi, the legend, 39 years young, also back into the lineup. 3-point ball game. Franks looking for a handout, finding Komasawa. Komasawa penetrates, avoids the block, and he misses the layup. Goes out of bounds, but it's going to remain possession. Ibaraki robots now with only 2.7 left here on the shot clock. Well, Komasawa not happy about something. Says, hey ref, look, he scratched me. Not your Hales. Tapscott coming back in. Along with Zen Endo. Sideline ball, 2.7. Gotta get this one inbound. They gotta go quickly. They gotta go quick. Komasawa's got no time left. No communication. That is poor. Komasawa's got to be aware of what was on the shot clock, but somebody's got to tell him. Well, you can see telling Komasawa, you've got to be aware. So another change coming in. So subbing back into the game is Kotaro Hisaoka. No, first time tonight. Hisaoka in for the first time, the 27-year-old veteran. Under 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Bobby Ray Fox Jr. has picked his game up here in the third quarter. He draws the third team foul against Ibaraki here in the third. It's on Zen Endo. Just fake the ball screen in. He's had a tough night tonight. 4 points, but not so bad actually. 4 assists and 8 rebounds, Bobby Ray Fox Jr. And Zen Endo just gives away the last team foul. How does he get involved in this tug of war against Bobby Ray Fox Jr.? Bobby Ray now look. Oh, again, Bobby Ray was looking at Joji Takeuchi, but the dump down wasn't there. And here comes Ibaraki. Bobby Floyd, defended by Joji. Joji trying to stand strong, showing the veteran he is. Nice penetration. Now it's a 1-point ball game as Tapscott continues to pile on the pressure. 10 points, 9 for Jahel's Tapscott. Point separates these two teams. Down low to Takeuchi. Under 10 here on the shot clock. Bonds nowhere to go. Uchida kicks out. Takeuchi doesn't make many threes. Floyd comes up with it. Ibaraki now under 2 minutes. A chance to retake the lead tonight. They're simply out of control. No composure shown by Tsunobu Hirao. Can show that leadership at this point. Let's face a handout against Jamie Floyd. Nowhere to go here. And a traveling violation. It's becoming a calamity for both these two teams. 1:23 to go here in the third quarter. Ibaraki Robots down by 1, but they will get it back. Let's have a look at the replay. Well, Bonds is going to get his breather. No doubt we're going to see him play the full length of the fourth quarter. If he needs his rest, he might as well get it now. A big moment here for the Ibaraki Robots. Need to find a way to get the lead back. Floyd getting a handout. There's a penetration. Nice passing. Zen Endo for 3. It's up. Oh my goodness! Hitting the third three-pointer for the Ibaraki Robots and the first field goal for the Zen Master. Well, Endo-san making it a 2-point ball game. It's a 7-0 run now for the Ibaraki Robots. Osaka's got to show composure. Nice Takeuchi, pump fakes, goes in, he ties the game up. This is what we talked about in the first half. It becomes the roller coaster of emotions between these two teams. There's a 3-point lead to Ibaraki at the beginning of the second half. Now it's a 2-point lead. Nice penetration coming in the end by Kotaro Hisaoka. Hisaoka making the big play. Well, they come with a steal. Tapsa goes in, makes it a 4-point lead, and all of a sudden it's become a capitulation. A calamitous capitulation for Osaka. Incredible scenes here in the beautiful city of Mito in the Ibaraki prefecture. Dribble handoff that you can see. Look, it becomes the blame game as Takuya Hashimoto saying, "What are you doing?" No leadership being exhibited by Osaka Vessa. We will return in just under 2 minutes for the fourth and final quarter. Well, here we go. Final 10 minutes to decide who will pick up this victory. Will Osaka go 8-7? Indeed, Ibaraki Robots pick up that fourth big victory of the year, which they desperately need. This is the Japanese B.LEAGUE. Ibaraki in the top Eastern Conference, currently bottom of the division at 3-11. Osaka Vessa 7-7, same record as Kyoto Hanaris. Seconds. Endo made his last three-pointer. Now penetrates, goes in, off the bank, and now it's the biggest lead in the game for Ibaraki. 5 points for Zen Endo. And Luther pick and pop. Way off the mark, can't get it. The rebound's been secured by Makoto Kinoshita. The first team foul of the fourth quarter here against Ibaraki. Great job by Kinoshita. Fouls on Atsunobu Hidao, number 25 for the Robots. Ball's back in the game. And again, turning it over. Ibaraki looking to extend on that big lead. Endo nowhere to go. Nobody running with him in transition. Outside's got a mismatch. Off the bully's way, it goes in. Gets the and one. And he has the chance to make this a 9-point ball game. 14 points tonight for Chahel Tapscott. And 8:54 left. I'm surprised if they call a timeout here because only a minute's been played so far. Yeah, it's been cold, so we'll be back in just under 90 seconds. Well, big free throw coming up here for Chahales. Tapscott, the man who did play at Portland State, leaving in 2012, started his pro career in Europe, then played briefly between Canada and the USA. But he came to Japan in 2014, playing for Bambitious Nara. He did play for the Ehime Orange Vikings, and also the Kumamoto Welters. He's being called again against Zen-Endo. Down the middle goes in, tough finish, and that puts Osaka's offense back into play. My lord, did they need that one. They desperately needed that one. It just gives them a little bit more hope and a little bit more belief. They struggled immensely from the field. They needed something, but still down by 7. Deep three is up, no good. The rebound by Ryan Luther. They continue the battle here. Osaka looking to cut it down to 5. Maybe a 4-point ball game. But what can they build from this one? Ryan Barnes. Gets away. Gets rejected. Robert Franks with the block. Floyd, excuse me. Floyd with the big-time rejection. That's got down the middle. This would be big. It's not going to go. And Ryan Luther avoiding Tapscott from getting the offensive board. But Osaka needs some stability here in their offense. Luther misses last. With this one, and with him taking 3-pointers, not many people can go in for offensive rebounds. Another costly pass to Toto. Now Osaka have numbers. Fine Bonds. Bonds goes in. 16 from Matt Bonds and a 5-point deficit as he cuts this one down. 18 points, excuse me. Timeout called by the Ibaraki Robots. 6:53 to go. We have a basketball game. It's not over.
Robo on the second screen. Go over here. Go into the touch action. Come back. Robo, go 7-1. Try to get a good angle on this where we can maybe try to turn it. They go under, get into a right away.
さあこのリードをみんなで守りきろう。いくよ。残り時間6分53秒。67対62。ロボットエンドからです。
Well, just under 7 minutes to go here in the fourth and final quarter.
Let's go.
Ibaraki Robots looking for that 4th victory of the season. They've only won 3 games. This victory did come prior to the FIBA Asian Cup qualifying window where they did defeat the Sunrock of Shibuya. But then lost emphatically in the second head. Been the same story for the Ibaraki Robots. Relegation battle every season here in the B-League. To put up a soccer shot that's way off the mark. Ibaraki Robots turnover. Merhaba, hoş geldiniz. Yusuf Alişkan arkadaşım, nasılsın? Hadi Türkiye. And Osaka make this potentially a one-possession ball game. Repox Jr. back into the game. Ray for the double team. That's Matt Barnes. Has to put this one up 9 seconds. Can't get it. But the offensive rebound for Osaka. Great job in the end. Barnes goes in. 20 points for the man who averages 18.7 this season in the B-League. Harika. Hadi Türkiye. Foul against Matt Barnes, just a slight little reach in. Still a 3-point lead to the Ibaraki Robots. It's only his first personal foul of the game, actually. My apologies. Final seconds, misses last one, and he's gonna miss this one as well. Barnes with a big rebound. Osaka down by 3, finding Bobby Raypox Jr. Slowing this one down in transition. But Suzuki goes in the paint, and he gets it to roll off the bank. A big time play by Tatsuya Suzuki, only his 5th point of the night. And that 9-point lead for Ibaraki Robots has disintegrated. Now Robert Franks down the middle, goes in, can't finish. Good defense by Ryan Luther. Osaka looking to regain the lead on an 8-0 run. The Robots have to stand strong here on defense. Ray corner. Somebody find out where Penguin has gone on YouTube. Well, I'd like to put in a missing report. Can we look in the zoo for a Penguin? Because now Bobby Raypox Jr., well, he's turned this one around. Where is the YouTuber Penguin? Where are you, buddy? Come on, don't hide. Well, no sign of the Penguin, probably on the date with the Leopard Seal at the moment. But as it stands, Osaka have got themselves back in this one, leading by 2 points, an 11-0 run. What a turnaround from Bobby Raypox Jr. What a game he's having. 7 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. JV Floyd picking up his dribble. Nowhere to go here. And an offensive foul called against JV Floyd. It is becoming a calamity for Ibaraki Robots. A total destruction. A disaster if you think about it. Another foul wasn't called against JV Floyd. My apologies. So my apologies to JV Floyd. That one's going to be called against Kohei Nakamura. Osaka looking to go up by 2 possessions. Leading this one by 2 points on this 11-0 run. No need to rush anything. Well, he's been on fire so far, and Bonds becomes clutch. 007, licensed to score 3-pointers. Well, he likes those 3-pointers shaken, not stirred. The blocking foul is going to be called against Osaka Vesa. This one's on. I'm not sure if that's Suzuki, I believe. Well, no, it's on Fumiya Io. My apologies. So Io tried to take the charge, but in the end, the block. Hayato Maki coming back in the game for Osaka Vesa. Five-point ball game to Osaka. The team from the south of Japan right now trying to rally. This penetration goes in and cuts down a 3-point ball game. And that is a B.LEAGUE, beautiful way to attack the defense. Nicely done by Noboru Hasegawa. Hasegawa so far tonight 11 points. One of 4 players in double figures here for the Robots. And a beautiful response again, both moves. It's Fumiya Io, the man who got called for the block, getting his first field goal. Oh, nice penetration again as Hasegawa one more time. Oh, Noboru-san. 15 points this evening. Trying to keep the Ibaraki Robots in this one. Bobby Ray Box Jr. curls the screen. Doesn't get it. Bobby Floyd comes up with it. Hasegawa, nowhere to go. Finds Zen Endo. Job by Bobby Ray Box Jr. Deep 3 in the corner. Tying this one up. Are you kidding me? 7 straight points coming from Noboru Hasegawa. And the roller coaster of emotions continues here in the beautiful city of Mito in the prefecture of Ibaraki. Robots looking for their 4th victory of the season. Osaka Vesa want to go a better record than Kyoto Hanadis here in the West. Barnes, step back, no good. Off, well, no. Going to be caught on the rebound, but Ibaraki will get this again with 2:06. And Matt Barnes trying to show the composure with his teammates. Third foul against Hayato Maki. Robert Franks playing point forward here for Ibaraki, the former Nagoya Diamond Dolphins teammate with Bobby Ray Box Jr. It's a tough pass, find JV Floyd, but they turn it over. Now Osaka. That's going to be the third team foul against Ibaraki. It was a tough pass there for JV Floyd to try to recover and retain, but Hasegawa picks up his third. Ball's under pressure. Nothing called. Home wanting a carrying violation, but nothing given here at the moment. Finds Bonds down the middle. And Luther turns it over, and Bonds may... I can understand why he went for the pass because the help side defense did crash, but Matt Bonds probably went for the right choice, but unfortunately Luther, it was a tough pass, and it's nobody's fault there, of course. It's just an unfortunate situation. It's good defense. A tough pass to catch there for Bonds, for Luther, but Bonds had to give it up because Jeve Floyd came out of nowhere. Floyd looking to go baseline. Good defense coming from Luther. That's going to send Jeve Floyd to the free throw line. 1:12 to go. This game is proving to be so unpredictable. Both teams trying to rally together. Jeve Floyd at the free throw line. That's the first one to go. Free throws so imperative in this game. Only 2 missed free throws for the Ibaraki Robots, 8 out of 10. 22 free throws made. Oh, no, excuse me, the three-point percentages. 13 out of 15. 2 free throws missed for Osaka. They missed the second one. So 1 point separates both these two teams. Suzuki's going to dribble this one up. Finds Luther in the basket, goes in. Gibbs rejected. What a block by Robert Franks. Second big block here in the second half. Franks, and he turns it right back over. Cox comes up with it. Cox is fouling. Coach Holmes got to contain himself. He's getting way too animated. He's got to relax. He doesn't want to pick up a coach technical. That's a foul. There's 2 fouls there. There's one on Robert Franks. And there's that one against Hashimoto. Which one do you want? The good thing for Ibaraki Robots, it doesn't put Osaka into the penalty. But a timeout's going to be called, so we will return in just under 1 minute. 42.8 left. Ibaraki leading by 1. Here we go, 42.8 left. Matt Bonds finds Luther in the corner. 3 is up. 3 is good. Nails that one, giving them a 2-point lead. And what a quick and efficient play by the Osaka EVESSA players. Well, that was just beautifully timed to perfection. The assist coming in the end from Matt Bonds. What a big-time play. Another timeout coming. We'll return. sideline ball to IBARAKI Robots. Great play. A foul has been called, so 2 free throws coming up. That's a good way to respond. Well, he's got to make both these 2 free throws to try and tie the game up, that's for sure. But a great play nonetheless. Well, as mentioned, they've only missed 2 free throws tonight as Hashimoto is now at the charity stripe here. It's Komasawa, excuse me. So my apologies, Komasawa at the free throw line here for Osaka. He's got to make these free throws. Has to hold his nerve here this evening. Makes the first one. Oh, my apologies. Actually missed the first look at the stats there. My apologies. Missed them both. Bobby Ray Parks Jr. getting the rebounds. And giving this one under control. That's a poor foul to give away. Why? What is Endo thinking? I don't understand the logic of that foul. Because what that means is Osaka's going to get 2 free throws up by 2. That is just a silly foul to give away. All they needed was one stop. Plenty of time between game and shot clock. Now they're going to take a gamble. Well, now they're going to have to do it and hope the free throws will be missed. So Hashimoto at the free throw line here for Osaka. No problem. Makes this one. It's going to set a lot of daylight between Osaka and IBARAKI Robots. You got to ask the question, why did they commit that foul? That was by far not a good choice. IBARAKI's got to score on this play. If they don't score now, it's pretty much game over. Pump fake, hesitation. Goes in, a hard foul's committed, so 2 free throws coming up. Fourth foul against Ryan Luther. He's got to make these 2. 16.9 down by 4. Makes the first one. But now you're going to need a steal or a something here. You've got to force a quick turnover. Tapscott's got to cut this one. Chahel's Tapscott must make this free throw. Oh, he missed it. Bonds with the rebound. And there's the foul. Well, it's unfortunate because maybe the emotion just got to him on that free throw. So big free throws coming up from Matt Bonds. Just got to make one of them if you think about it. One free throw will seal the deal. Oh, he missed it. Well, maybe, just maybe, is he about to have a Nick Anderson moment of the 1995 Game 1 Finals? Orlando Magic versus Houston Rockets. All he's got to do is make it. Nominee for the B.LEAGUE All-Star game of Funabashi can close this game out if he makes his free throw. Missed them both. Ibaraki still keep it alive. They need a 3 to take this into overtime. Tap Scott. But a quick foul committed by Ryan Luther. That just sends Tap Scott back to the free throw line.
小坂選手交代35番鈴木達也が入ります。続いて10番
Well, that foul was committed by Tatsuya Suzuki as now Joji Takeuchi gets ready to come back into the game here for Osaka EVESSA.
ロボット選手交代29番鶴巻啓太入りま
They
す。
just need him in to get the rebounds in case he misses the second free throw.
チームはボーナスに達しています。フリースロー2ショット。シュート勝利。
16 points tonight for Tap Scott. He's missed one free throw. That was the previous one he took. He was 2 out of 2 before that. If he makes both of these, it's a 1-point ball game. Just gets it to drop. So Ibaraki's got to be wary of going for an offensive board. And now you just hear a complete silence here in this arena. Trying to make this as quiet as possible so he makes the free throw. So they're trying to make a substitution, but I don't think they can make it right now.
選手交代の確認中です。少々お待ちください。ワンマッションです。
Well, Tap Scott's got to step up. Got to make this one. Cut it down to 1 point. 7.3. Then they've got to foul quickly or try to come up with a steal if he can. But he's got to make this free throw. Oh, he missed it. And Bonds gets it back yet again. So here we are at square one more time. Can Bonds close this game out? That's the question. And now the Nick Addison test is underway. Matt Bonds, the former Nagasaki Velka player, one of the leading players here in this B-League season. He's now getting back to come into the game here for Ibaraki. What Bonds is going to do? Both. But he missed his last 2 free throws. No longer a silence in this arena. And he missed a third one. Incredible. Ibaraki have time. Well, Bonds, if he makes this, it's still a 3-point cushion. Ibaraki Robots. 6 seconds left. Bonds at the free throw line. Finally makes one. 6 seconds. Ibaraki's got to get a 3-pointer. Send this into OT. Well, not even bound. It just ran away. They turn it over. And now we'll do the basketball game, basketball fans. And Bobby Ray Parks Jr. will go to the free throw line. What a disappointing end here for the Ibaraki Robots. Well, Ray Parks has 10 rebounds, 7 points, 5 assists. He won't get to a double-double tonight. But why did everybody run away? Well, Ray, not a part of the Gilas Filipinas program, of course. The previous window we saw at the FIBA World Cup, FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. But probably should be. The former TNT Choban Giga superstar in the PBA, now at 8 points. 9 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists for Bobby Ray Parks Jr. It's all over here tonight. Osaka EVESSA pick up their 8th victory of the B-League season. Piling on a little bit more pressure against Kyoto Hanaris here in the Western Division, and still only 3 victories for the Ibaraki Robots. Well, we're going to run this one back momentarily. We will hear from the head coach, the MVP of this game, but a big congratulations to Osaka EVESSA as they take the W. Coach Fujita had a big fourth quarter from his players, winning 24-15. They were down by as many as 9 points. But they rallied together to come back and take the big victory. Coach Holm, of course, will be very disappointed. His players missing free throws at the dying moments, but also failing to get the ball inbound. 6 seconds, plenty of time to get the ball at the court. But everybody just ran away. They tried to go for the long pass, and Tapscott had nobody to inbound to. And that, unfortunately, was very disappointing. Remember, these two teams will meet tomorrow again here in the second header of this weekend fixture of the B-League. So we edge closer to the All-Star weekend as we get closer to January. We're not even in December yet, but we're almost there. Well, great to see the fans making the long journey from the south of Japan in Osaka all the way here to the Ibaraki Prefecture. Well, we are going to hear from Coach Fujita, and then we will hear from the game's MVP, which in my mind, no arguments, is going to be Matt Bonds. A terrific performance tonight from Bonds. 24 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist to go with it. Well, now we'll hear from the head coach of the Ibaraki Robots.
Boosters, thank you guys so much for coming out to visit us, especially after a long break, not being able to see you guys, not being able to play at home. Thank you guys so much for bringing the energy today.
まず皆さんブレイク明けでこういうふうに皆さんに会えてすごく嬉しいですし、今日もたくさんの応援ありがとうございました。
Thought the guys did a great job trying to follow the game plan, play with energy, play with effort. Bench guys came out and gave us some really good minutes. We did everything that we needed to do to put ourselves in position to win. So the guys are fighting. Now we just got to get over that last little hump as we continue to get better to finally get a win. So please come out and support us again tomorrow. Thank you so much.
そうですね、選手たちは今日しっかりとしたゲームプランに沿って戦ってくれましたし、すごくエネルギーも出してくれましたし、あとはもう残りの最後のところだけできればこれが勝てると思うので、もう一回選手たちには温かい拍手を送ってほしいですし、これからも応援の方よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。それでは本日の MIP の発表です。本日の MIP は背番号20、ジェハイブ・フロイド選手です。さあ、それでは MIP に選ばれましたジェハイブ・フロイド選手、明日に向け一言いただけますでしょうか。
Well, a big win for the Osaka EVESSA fans. Of course, it will be a long journey for them home, but because I like the new jerseys, they usually come out with the traditional black, red, and white, but they've added blue this season to their jerseys. Quite a new variant and quite exciting, of course. Remember, they haven't made it to the B.LEAGUE playoffs since 2021. Well, the fans are terrific here at the B.LEAGUE. They come in every week, filling out the arenas. What's very impressive about the B.LEAGUE, fans travel very far to watch their teams play. As you can find a game between Hokkaido and, of course, Ryukyu Golden Kings, and no doubt both teams play on islands off the north and the southern coast of Japan. But still, their fans will travel. Still, they will find a way to support their team.
Hi. お疲れ様です。情報です。ご無沙汰です。初解説させてもらいました。
初なんですね、今日が。
で、今日のゲームプラン通りに行ったかっていう質問をしたかったんですけど、ゲルン選手がちょっと出れなくなってしまって、そのあたりゲーム振り返ってどうでしたか？
そうですね。そこでちょっとエマージェンシーがあったんですけど、 バイウィークでまずチームとして我慢強く大阪のバスケットやり続けるっていうのを、一番大きなテーマにして今回、バイウィークで取り組んできました。結構バイウィーク前に崩れてしまう、時間帯が多くて負ける試合が多かったので、今日は本当にそれがこう我慢をするっていう意識のもと、今日40分試合できたのが一番の勝利の、要因だと思ってます。
そうですね、もう試合始まってからのディフェンスのプレッシャーも激しくて、結構何試合か見たんですけど、やっぱペースも、リーグで一番速いっていうので、やっぱ大阪のバスケットっていうのはそういうところを目指してるんですかね。
そうですね、激しいディフェンスからトランジションっていうのを目指していますし、今日本当に苦しかった時間帯、最後4クォーター、飯尾選手のディフェンスで流れを持ってこれたと思うので、本当一人のディフェンスの力でも、そういう効果があると思うので、やっぱチーム全体のインテンシティと、ディフェンスの強度を大事にしていきたいなと思ってます。
あと最後聞きたかったのはタイムアウト明けのルーサー選手のハンマープレーのコーナー3、あれはもう狙い通りっていう感じですか？
狙い通りっちゃ狙い通りです。レイアップいけたんかなとも思いますけど、でも最後マット・ボンズがしっかりいい判断してくれたと思います。
いや、あれのプレーすごかったです。明日も頑張ってください。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Well, there you heard from head coach Fujita of Osaka EVESSA, and a very big victory for his team tonight, especially on their return from the international break when Japan won 2 games at the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Well, we'll now have it translated. Of course, Coach Fujita said that today was a very tough game, but we had to keep very calm, and gradually they did control the momentum of this game, and that is what enabled them to lead with a victory. And he had a message to all the Osaka EVESSA fans, a big arigato gozaimasu, a big thank you for everyone being here today and all the fans back home watching live. Well, we are going to hear from the game's most valuable player very soon, but nonetheless a very, very big win tonight here for Osaka EVESSA. Well, let's hear from Matt Bonds and hear what he has to say.
スリーポイントちょっと入らない時間帯すごく多かったと思うんですけど、1試合通してどうでしたか？
皆さんこんにちは。I think we, really fought hard today. Ibaraki was a really good team, and we worked on a lot of things that we worked on during the bye week, and I feel like we executed that for the most part. And a lot of that was adversity, fighting through adversity. So, shout out to the guys in the locker room. We really executed our game plan and came out with the win.
そうですね、まずは大阪エベッサ、チームとして、茨城さん、すごい素晴らしいチームなんですけども、チームとしてしっかりとファイトをできたんちゃうかなと思ってます。でこのバイウィークにいろいろ試したりであったりとか、修正する部分があったので、そこをしっかりと、今日はうまく、アジャストというか、修正した部分をしっかり見せれたんちゃうかなと思ってます。でこういう逆境の、時間帯というのがあったんですけども、そこもしっかりと打ち勝てれたんで、そこは良かった部分かなと思ってます。
やっぱりゲルンが途中で出れなくなってちょっとヘビーミニッツだったんですけど、2人とも明日に向けてどうですか？
Nah, I mean, I work hard during the summer on my conditioning, so I feel bad for Vladdy. He's working hard during the break, so we feel for him, but we got to keep going and executing, and I just do what the team needs.
そうですね、自分は全然、大丈夫かなと思ってます。夏というか、オフシーズンもしっかりと、コンディショニングのとこしてましたし、このバイウィークもしっかりと練習してたんで問題ないかなと思ってます。ただ、ブラディ、ゲルン選手はちょっと、一緒にやっぱりこのバイウィークしっかりと練習してたんで、こうやって出れへんようになったのはすごい、残念かなと思うんですけども、チームとしても、明日はしっかりと頑張りたいなと思ってます。
ありがとうございました。
Well, Well, there you heard from Matt Bonds, the man who did lead the way today with 24 points and 7 rebounds. A big performance from Matt Bonds. Of course, they're going to heavily rely on his scoring this season if they're going to make that playoff push. Well, the other game going on right now is between Koshigaya Alphas and, of course, Fighting Eagles Nagoya, which at the moment is a tie ball game. No doubt Kai Soto featuring in that game big time for Koshigaya. Well, we'll try to run up some of the key statistics from this game momentarily after we see the key highlights, but a big 5-point win for Osaka EVESSA. Well, just to keep you updated, it's actually a 2-point lead. Fighting Eagles Nagoya have taken the lead against Koshigaya Alphas. Just to keep you updated on that big matchup in the B-League. Of course, Kai Soto, a heavy fan favorite here in the Japanese B-League, not only with the Filipino fans, but also with the local Japanese fans as well. They absolutely love him here in the B-League. Well, the Ibaraki Robots fans exiting the building, of course, they came here, showed phenomenal support to their teammates, to their team. But unfortunately, their team just was unable to prevail tonight for the victory. Because it is indeed Ibaraki Robots that will be competing against Koshigaya Alphas to avoid relegation. Well, now we come up with the key highlights from this game. What a performance it was tonight from Matt Bonds. Well, it started with a three-pointer. Three-pointer coming from Hashimoto, getting things going very early on for Osaka EVESSA. And that was Chahel's Tapscott there, getting the first 2 points for Ibaraki. Well, it was just that kind of game. It went back and forth. Osaka had many passages where they did lead in this game. But in the end, it was the victory for Matt Bonds. Well, the Penguin man was arguing live on the YouTube chat that Bobby Ray Parks Jr. had a bad game, but 9 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, almost at a triple-double. Well, great play in the end. Ibaraki Robots battled persistently in this game. Never went down by double digits. And there was the big-time dunk by J.V. Floyd. Floyd did set the tempo here tonight. Well, that was the first three-pointer of the game coming for the Robots. That time it was made by Noboru Hasegawa. And look at the transition play. Luther down the middle. Took a body with him almost. Well, Luther had some good moments tonight. It was a step-through play, falling to the ground, but still somehow finding a way to score. Well, to give you an update, it's all over. Koshigaya Alphas losing at home to Fighting Eagles Nagoya. 22 points from Kai Soto. As we look at the remainder of the highlights from this game. Well, here was a tough contested shot here for Frank. Robert Franks, of course, good game. That was the one-handed dunk, curling the screen down the middle. And the rest was history. Well, the second half, both teams came out blazing with confidence. Here was Bobby Ray Parks Jr.'s first field goal of the game. The post up and the mismatch he had twice there, once coming off the screen in the reverse layup down the middle. Kohei Nakamura struggling to keep up with Bobby Ray Parks Jr. Well, there was a nice play. The M1 finished by Hashimoto. Well, Hashimoto had a very good game tonight for Osaka EVESSA, finishing with 17 points, 3 rebounds. Well, nice transition by JV Floyd. Floyd doing anything he could to keep his team in this one. And a great finish nonetheless. Well, here was a nice play again. The pick and roll scenario, faking the screen but diving in and just going off the backboard. And that's the one thing you got to credit Ibaraki Robots with. Kotaro Hisaoka that time making it. Here was a turnover. Chahel's going in, coast to coast. Tapscott, their leading scorer tonight, no doubt about it. But in the fourth and final quarter, Ibaraki Robots had a 9-point lead at most, but could not close this one out. Well, it was actually Noboru Asagawa led tonight here for the Ibaraki Robots of 18. Tapscott had 17 points. And that was a three-pointer, but the big offensive rebound coming for Osaka. Luther found Matt Bonds, and he laid that one up uncontested. Well, that's how this team had to dig deep tonight. They had to find other ways to score, and they did just that in the end. Well, there was a deep one going flying for Matt Bonds. The crucial 24 points, which was what got them over the final hurdle. Well, here's where the moments you felt that Ibaraki were going to hold on to this one, but Bonds finding Ryan Luther, and that was the dagger that put them up by 2. And it was all over from that point. Well, there are your statistics from the game. Well, remember, at the end of the first half, Ibaraki Robots only had 4 turnovers, and in the end, they finished with 13. Osaka had 8 at the end of the first half, and they committed 10 more in the second, but the key thing tonight was Matt Bonds. 6 out of 3 from the perimeter tonight collectively for Osaka EVESSA. Only 4 3-pointers from the Ibaraki Robots, but it was indeed the points in the paint. 50 points inside the paint for Ibaraki Robots and 42, and that just goes to show 3 points did separate these two teams. The biggest lead of the game for Osaka was 8 points. Only a 9-point cushion that separated for Ibaraki Robots. And what's incredible about this win for Osaka, 13 bench points for Osaka, 26 for Ibaraki Robots. Ibaraki were able to get 17 points from turnovers. They tried to capitalize as best they could, and, well, Osaka had 18. Well, we'll take a look at the game's leaders. Great game tonight for Noboru Hasegawa, finishing with 18 points, but it all goes down to Matt Bonds. Almost a triple-double for Bobby Ray Parks Jr. This man had 9 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists tonight. Well, nobody was able to finish with a double-double this evening here for Ibaraki Robots or Osaka EVESSA. But Osaka, indeed, as mentioned, they'll pick up the 8th victory of the season. Well, we'll take a look at some of the assist leaders in this game. But as mentioned, these two teams will meet again tomorrow. there was your player to look out for, Matt Barnes. Almost a double-double for him. 3 rebounds shy and almost 6 assists shy of a triple-double tonight. But he'll be ever so much more happy to know that they picked up another monumental victory. Well, again, fans, what a monumental game it was. We're going to show you some of the other key fixtures coming up this weekend in the B-League as we return from its national break. 89ers taking on the Gumakray Thunders. Akita Northern Happiness taking on the Shiga Lakes. Chiba Jets in action against Ruku Golden Kings. A rematch of the 2023 finals. Hiroshima Dragonflies, the defending champions, a big win against Hokkaido. While also the Brex will take on Sun Rocket Shibuya. Koshigaya losing to Fighting Eagles Nagoya. Santa Neo Phoenix hosting Shimane Susanna Magic. And Yokohama falling to Mikawa Seahorses. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins taking on Kyoto Hanaris. Saga Ballooners against Nagasaki Velka. While Kawasaki Brave Thunders hosting Alvak Tokyo. Well, Kyoto Hanaris are going to need to win. Because remember, it's the top 3 teams in each division that qualify automatically for the playoffs. Then it goes to the wild card. 2 teams with the highest record outside. And as it stands, Osaka Vessel will go in 3rd place here in the Western Division. Well, right above them are the Ruku Golden Kings with a record of 11-4. Then it is Shimane Susanna Magic at 11-3. That is the Western Conference here in the Japanese B-League. Well, fans, unfortunately, it's that time of the day where we must say a big arigato gozaimasu, ayasumi nasai, and sayonara. Thanks for joining. Goodbye, God bless, and good night. More games this weekend in the Japanese B-League.